Hello and welcome back to the Ghana Hotspot channel. It's been a while. We did something like this. I think just before the AFCON. We haven't really done much, but we are back on the English Premier League, the reviews, the previews, the predictions, analysis. We are back to it now after the AFCON. Well, it's been an interesting weekend. Watched the Arsenal versus Manchester United game. Honestly, before the game, I thought it was a good performance from Man United against Man City, but I wasn't really expecting them to beat Arsenal at home today. But wow, what a game! What a game! And I'm really. I think it's a big compliment to Manchester United with the way they played, their confidence, and coming away with such an important point or important 3 points from the Emirates. Remember that Arsenal haven't lost a game at the Emirates this season. Yeah, they haven't lost a game. And Man United, with that big new manager bounce, managed to go there to pick all 3 points at the Emirates. Now, what contributed to the win? First, I think that if you go to Arsenal and you're as brave, it shocks them. We saw it against Man City when Man City went there and drew. Arsenal were I think Arsenal were a bit surprised by the way Man City came on them. We saw it against Liverpool. Liverpool before that game played very poorly in their previous game before that game against Arsenal. But on that day, they played absolutely well with confidence. Arsenal couldn't just come out of the traps. What happened in that game? Arsenal drew. In this game, Man United really didn't feel perturbed. They seemed to to have the game under control the way they had planned to play it. So I think because of that, the way they play with the confidence, Arsenal were a bit shocked by that. The second reason, I think Arsenal were getting a bit swollen headed with their consistency, the way they've played, the number of times they won at home. Right. So I think even though they knew that United were a good team, they came to the game knowing that it's home and they would win, right? And I think that's what shocked them. And as you could see in the when Man United scored the third goal, the stadium was shocked. The players themselves were shocked because that wasn't part of the script, right? That in the dire embers of the game, when they have equalized, normally the momentum would be on their side. They will capitalize or leverage on that momentum. So that's normally the script, And then there was this thing from Man United from Cunha. What an absolute beautiful goal from Cunha. And he has this in his locker, right? And he's done this several times in the English Premier League. He can pull this out of nowhere. He's able to shoot from several yards away from the 18-yard box. He scored this several times. But I think Arsenal did not expect that. They thought they were just going to ride the waves of the equalizer to then, if nothing at all, come away with a draw. But fair play to Man United, fair play to Carrick for masterminding such an absolute beautiful performance, two beautiful performances against Man City, and then against Arsenal, the league leaders. So he's beating the league leaders and the second place team within a short period of time, back to back. So I think they really deserve praise. It seems like a new manager bounce, but the players you can see from Man United side, they are really playing with freedom. I think Mikey Carrick is doing the simple things, right? Just put the players you have, the quality they have in their natural positions, and let them play. Give them the confidence, and they'll play. And that's what they're doing. You have a player like Bruno Fernandes, who can orchestrate beautiful things from the center, and he did just that, right? Dogu has found a new form, new confidence, with the new role that he's been given. And what an absolute beautiful goal he scored. Wow, what a goal. There was absolutely no way Raya would do anything about that goal. He struck it so beautifully and it was going right in. So beautiful goal, wonderful performance from Dogu. In Buemo, oh my God. Look, those two signings that Man United did in Buemo and Cunha were probably the signing of the season. Fantastic. It's really, really changed, their team and how they perform and how even the opposition looks at them. So it worked out. It worked out today. I didn't expect a win from Man United, but I'm equally excited as a Tottenham Hotspur fan that Arsenal have dropped points. But the thing is, Arsenal still have 4 points on the lead. Well, the third thing for Arsenal is that they are feeling the pressure. They are absolutely now feeling the pressure because um, you could see that they were not, the fluidity is not there. If you watch the game they played against Inter Milan, where they completely obliterated Inter Milan in the Champions League, the fluidity, the movement, the goals, you could see they have quality, they have the team. But in the English Premier League, that's not how they're playing. And if you look at that game against Inter versus this one, you could see that the noise is getting into their heads. That can they be able to get over the line this time round? And it's the pressure that made them make that mistake at the back, with Zubimendi literally giving the ball to Imbuemo to slot it home. And the energy that they needed to push after this third goal went in wasn't there anymore, and they were at the back of their minds. They were thinking about it. Oh my God, are we going to lose this? And if we lose, what will people say? Are we bottling it? The pressure is getting onto them. Look, if they had managed to win this game, and well, next weekend, they are up against Leeds United. Man City is away to Tottenham Hotspur. They're coming to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday. Imagine that Man City drops points, and you go to Leeds to win, and you had won this game. That would be the title over. You would have had the title in the bag, but now they've put pressure on themselves. They have to go to Leeds to win, which is not going to be an easy thing because we all know what Leeds have been doing at home this season against Chelsea, against Liverpool, against I think Man United. They've been very, very good at home. So it's not going to be an easy game. I mean, if you look at it within the lenses of what Arsenal went to Nottingham Forest to do, that they couldn't beat Nottingham Forest away. They're going to Leeds United side who have been fantastic in the last few games at home. It will be very, very difficult for Arsenal. Right. So how are things going? I feel, look, Man City, I'm going to be in a very tight situation here with who I should support. It's like the same situation we had with Ant Postecoglou versus when we were playing Man City, and Man City needed to win to kind of like wobble Arsenal and get them not win the league. Eventually, we lost that game. We seem to be in the same situation. Next Sunday, Man City comes to Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs haven't won at home in the league in a very, very long time. They're going to play against this Man City side. Look, of course, Spurs always have that, Man City's number, but I'm not sure how this is going to go. I don't think we'll be able to beat Man City on Sunday, and therefore, as much as I would want my team to beat them, Man City, I suspect, would win. And if they do, it puts pressure on Arsenal, right? Keep it close to Arsenal. And that Arsenal game against Leeds United will be very, very tricky. So let's see how things go. If Man City wins and Arsenal drops points at Leeds, that will be very, very interesting. The only problem is that Man City have still shown fragility, especially at the back. So let's see how things go. Now, talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Oh my God, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure how Thomas Frank is still the coach of Tottenham Hotspur at this point. Dude has won only 2 games in 14 English Premier League games, and he's still the coach. Honestly, after the draw against Burnley, I kept looking at the news feed, hoping that the announcement would come that he's been sacked. But dude is still there. Dude is still there, and I don't know if Daniel Levy was there, he would have, had the courage and balls to pull the trigger. Um, so I'm not sure why he's still there. Okay, well, I guess I'm sure because I think it's more around the fact that we don't have a plan. And we didn't have a plan B, for if things go wrong with Thomas Frank, because I'm not sure they have a coach who could come in, a top coach better than Thomas Frank, to come in if he's sacked today, right? What are the options? We have Xavi, we have Xabi Alonso, we have Maresca, we have Ruben Amorim. I think these are the top coaches who are currently available out there. But of course, Spurs is not going to bring another Chelsea reject in Maresca. I would want Maresca, but I don't think Spurs are going to get him. Number two, Xabi Alonso is definitely eyeing the Liverpool job. He's watching what will go, how things will pan out with Liverpool and Arne Slot, whether or not Liverpool are going to sack Arne Slot, and if they do, then he comes in. So he's monitoring the situation with Liverpool, and therefore he would not want to lock himself with Tottenham Hotspur, who obviously have shown that we have a lot of problems with the club, and whether or not if he comes in, they will sign the right players for him to do the work that he did at Leverkusen in Germany. But for me, Xabi Alonso seems to be the ideal coach to coach this team, play the kind of football that we want, not the dreadful football that Thomas Frank is playing currently. And guess what? Against Man City, he's probably going to lose again. And the thing is, there's no plan B. We don't know who's going to come in after. In any case, even if you're looking at interim coaches, who's going to be the interim coach if you sack him? We don't have that quality from the club to take over between now and the end of the. It's still a very long season. So I think that's the dilemma. That's the reason why Thomas Frank is still around, and that's why he's not been sacked. The board, in an ideal situation, want to keep him, right? But thing is there are no options currently. There's no firm option. There's no if Xabi Alonso wasn't eyeing the Liverpool job, and Arne Slot was doing very well, he will probably wait, or he will probably jump at the opportunity. Not jump, but could possibly consider managing Tottenham Hotspur. But that's the situation right now. He's probably going to wait out and see if there will be an opening at Liverpool for him to go. He has said that he would love to be there, but let's see how things go. So these are the two key moments within this weekend's English Premier League fixtures. Arsenal losing to Manchester United, Man City wins, Aston Villa also won away to Newcastle United. Very impressive result for Unai Emery's side, even though they definitely are not title contenders. That's why I really wanted Man City and then at least Liverpool to put the pressure on Arsenal. And that's why it's a bit shocking that Arsenal is fumbling, because it's not like you have both Liverpool and Man City on your heels, right? You have a Man City side on your heel that this Man City side is not showing rigidity and strength throughout the entire department of their game. So I'm not sure why they're panicking and dropping points anyway, because they should have won this league a long time ago, given the performance of Man City in the last 4 games, drawing and losing. So Arsenal have actually brought this up on themselves, and we'll see how things go. I don't know if we're going to be singing second, ole, ole, ole again, because they keep coming second, bottling it. Are they going to bottle this time round? It's still a very long season to go, and we'll be here to watch. If they bottle it, I'll be happy as a Tottenham Hotspur fan. In any way, Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're sharing it with your friends. And there'll be more of this on this channel. This is the Ghana Husband channel. My name is Nana Boachi Adam. Keep watching and thank you.